weekend as well. This weekend, rather. Check out the scores.
Great competition, head-to-head meets this weekend, but the main point of this Big Four quad next week is for all teams to see as many Big Ten teams as possible to crown a regular season champion, end up with the win-loss record for the season, and then ultimately seed for the championship.
All right, we are one step closer to rotation 3. UCLA with a season-high score on the vault, but they trail the Michigan Wolverines.
When you're the official vehicles.
Find an open seat, as we mentioned earlier, women's college gymnastics off and rolling, and these two teams, superstar teams. This rotation is loaded with athletes ranked really, really high.
Check out Kaylee Boozer, tied for 14th in the country, and her teammate Carly Bauman, we mentioned her career high 9.975 earlier this season on beam. Maybe 9.975s are contagious today for Carly Bauman, but we would be remiss to not shine a spotlight on this UCLA Bruin floor rotation that when head coach Janelle McDonald tells us that Hollywood is in their backyard, they mean it. But everyone has to go to beam. Let's talk about balance beam. It's incredibly important that all athletes show 180-degree split, and Acro Series is connecting to acrobatic elements. Difficulty in connections helps them get to that 10-0 start value. And then, of course, the ever-so-coveted stuck landing with the exclamation point on the end of the routine. Floor exercise is where you can loosen up a bit, but judges are still looking for that controlled lunge out of your tumbling. If you're going forward, a lunge forward, back, backward. Heighten amplitude of everything you're doing, leaps, jumps, and tumbling, and then of course 180-degree split in those leaps. You have to show that you can hit that perfectly.
Tremendous breakdown from a woman who knows this arena really well, Olivia Karras. She was at practice as well. Actually, Olivia, I saw some footage. You look pretty good on the floor, by the way.
Don't get any ideas.
Sophie Parenti, followed by Boozer, Mulligan, Vore, the first 4 for Bev Plotke on the beam, where Michigan is 4th in the country. Parenti's season high, career high, 9.85.
Mentioned Sophie on uneven bars. Head coach Bev Plotke said she's such a critical competitor for them, leading off the 3 events she competes, and Bev actually has to remind her of how important she is to the team. Even though she isn't earning those consistent 9.9s and winning, she's still incredibly critical. You see the solid nature of that back handspring layout step out series. Beautiful switch leap to a split jump, hitting 180 degrees, as we mentioned, is what the judges are looking for. Afro series here, front aerial directly into a split jump. She looks so comfortable up on balance beam, which is not an easy feat. Just the dismount here. If she could stick this, it would be an immaculate start for the... And that is what they needed to get started over there. Sophie so important for this Wolverine squad, competing like a veteran as just a freshman. I'm so impressed by her. It's that front aerial right on top of the balance beam into the split jump, giving her additional bonus and connection. And really dialed in on that dismount, held that landing position to show control, and I love to see her smile and enjoy, because that was a job well done.
Emily Lee, the lead off. Good vibes from the Bruins on the floor. The #1 team in the country on the floor.
Perfect control on the opening double tuck for Emily. Combination, front layout to front full. I love to see that second salto rise. Beautiful leap position. There's that 180 degrees. Final pass for Emily. Big double pike, brilliant control. And you see why they are ranked #1 in the country. Immaculate dance, beautiful control on the tumbling, and just so entertaining and engaging to watch. Great height on the double pike, a little knees in the air there. So the judges, as we mentioned, looking for execution, will deduct for that. But Emily Lee, the lead off, they like to say, as she, like Sophie Parenti, leads off her 3 events she competes.
So that'll move us to Kaylee Boozer, 9.95 career and season high set this week. 9 set this year, 9.9 last week. Boozer out of Texas. Kaylee Boozer.
This is a special routine. Kaylee is such a natural balance beam worker.
Emily Lee with a 9.85 UCLA.
Nice full turn, a requirement for all balance beam workers to do a turning element. Cat leap to front aerial. Great control. I love where her arms go after that aerial movement. Incredibly sure of herself. Switch leap to a standing switch. Flex foot in that second leap. Part of the execution deductions that the judges are looking for. Oh no. And a very uncharacteristic fall for Kaylee Boozer. Back handspring layout step out. Her series, she just didn't look on top of the balance beam. This is a good moment to remind listeners that while 6 athletes compete, 5 scores will count. So there's pressure on this Michigan team for the remainder athletes to hit their routine so they can drop this score. And a lovely back handspring gainer full dismount. You can see the disappointment on her face, most certainly not what she was hoping for. Let's see what happened here. Beautiful job on that back handspring. You just see that shoulder dip in the layout. And she just couldn't stay square on top of the beam. But that dismount is pristine. Well done. Just not the routine she wanted. But she has a team. That's why it's collegiate gymnastics. There are 4 more people after her who can bring it back.
So here's the little ball of fire. Mika Webster-Longin with a 9.9 career high.
Front double full, a little extra juice there, a little out of control on her lunge.
She's fun.
Second pass for Mika, 1.5 to a front layout. That is a controlled step forward. See her walk there on her toes. I cannot tell you how difficult that is.
See Boozer scored 9.425.
Great control on her leaps. Final pass here for Mika. Oh no. Looked a little over-rotated there. And you did see the judge raise the arm, which means she did step out of bounds. That is an automatic flat 1 10. 10th deduction. So little nerves here from both these teams on balance beam and floor exercise. Here's her combination pass, 1.5 into a lovely front layout directly into her choreography. And here's that Rudy, just a little too much power. Looks like she threw her shoulders down a bit instead of setting upward, which would allow the landing to stay in place instead of traveling backward.
Jenna Mulligan just set a career high on the bars. Now heads to the beam with a career and season high of 9.9, the score she had in her last meet.
Nice full turn from Jenna. Opening test here. Front aerial to back handspring. Her series. Good work maintaining movement in her arms from the forward to backward skill. The judges want to see continuous movement.
Webster-Longin with a 9.625 on the floor.
Nice jump, speed jump to a straddle half. Beautiful side aerial. Jenna is looking so confident on this during this routine. Let's see if she can find the landing. A step forward on that dismount, so it will not be a perfect stick, but the routine on the apparatus was pretty near deduction. Just that step, great angle here for you to really see how precise you have to be on balance beam. Good work keeping movement through her arms, and here's that dismount. Back handspring, tuck 1.5, slight messiness in those legs. You're really wanting to see the knees and the feet together. Saw them cross a little bit, but she's having an excellent day.
Side aerial was spectacular.
It was well done.
Macy McGowan, the freshman, 9.95. Career high, season high for the first year.
Opening pass for Macy, full twisting, double tuck, huge height. And that controlled step backward was exactly what the judges are looking for. Good work on her jumps. Really important to pay attention to the foot placement on those turning jumps. Show full 360 degrees.
Michigan's Jenna Mulligan with a 9.775 on the beam.
Final pass for Macy. This is her combination pass. Beautiful job. 1.5 to a front full. And good job controlling the landing. She looked like she had a bit of extra juice there at the end, but maintained as minimal deduction as possible. This is excellent. Full twisting double tuck, keeps the knees and the feet together, and the combination pass. See her stumble just a little bit on that landing, but covers it very well, dancing right into her finishing pose.
So wait and see what Macy comes up with. JC Vore with a 9.925 career and season high, coming off a 9.9 last week. JC Vore.
And remember, with the fall from Boozer, this is incredibly important for the remaining athletes to hit these routines. So pressure is high. blame myself for that one. That was likely announcer's curse. She just didn't seem like she had full control on the skill. Unfortunately, was off on that landing. Good job coming back on the front toss. It's really difficult to regain your focus after a fall like that. Great job on those jumps. She has beautiful extension through her straddle position. Just the dismount for JC, around off 1.5. And a stuck landing, so certainly not the routine the Wolverines needed, but it's really nice to see her come back and nail the second half of that routine after a miss. Great view here to take a look. Nice and square there, but it looks like on the takeoff between the back handspring and the layout, her left arm just dipped, which resulted in the fall. But beautiful control there on the round off 1.5.
All right, it's Emma Malabuyo with a 9.95 career high, 9.925 season high, 9.9 last week. Emma, another one of those showstopper type performers.
This is a treat. Double pike there. Couldn't quite see the landing. Looked a little over-rotated. Lovely job on those leaps. Very complicated, but really precise on all of them. Difficult double wolf turn. Final pass for Emma. Her combination 1.5 to a front layout. Beautiful work. Routine by Emma Malabuyo as she high-fives her team for great work. This opening pass, double pike, big hop backwards, so that is not a controlled lunge. Her front foot did move, but that was nice. 1.5 front layout directly into a jump.
Great reaction. JC Vore, by the way, 9.325 as we get ready for Jazara Ranger with a career high of 9.9 set this season, 9.85 last week. So up on the beam goes Ranger. Olivia, I do want to make one comment. One of the things I love about women's gymnastics is even though we're at Chrysler and it's pretty much all Michigan fans, when UCLA has a great performance, they get a unbelievable.
It's my favorite thing about college gymnastics. Fans appreciate it. Speaking of good gymnastics, that back handspring layout step out from Jazara was on top of the beam. Well done. Good leaps there. Confident front toss. She's working through this routine really well. You see her taking these deep breaths. The choreography is made so she has time to breathe. And this is special. Round off, double tuck, hop backward, and a little lack of control there on the landing, but it is truly a gift to see athletes in the NCAA compete the difficulty like we saw on that dismount. The height off the beam is great.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's just fantastic, and So awesome to see that she is keeping up the difficulty in the NCAA.
I mean, that was like a pogo stick off the beam for the dismount, no? I mean, way, way up in the air as we go to Brooklyn Moores with a 9.975 career high and season high.
And I am truly going to keep my mouth shut because this routine is an absolute work of art.
Ranger with a 9.875.
Beautiful leaps. That was perfect. I truly don't have any notes. The performance quality, the emotion, the buy into the character, the tumbling is high, the leaps are lovely. It seems so silly, but this back layout step out fulfills that backward tumbling requirement, and she does it with such beauty. There's that combination, front double full to a punch front, and the last pass floats in the air, and it just so happens to be her birthday, so I do think a 10 here could be potentially the best birthday present anyone could ever ask for.
It's like she's walking on the ceiling, like she's in the Matrix. An unbelievable performance.
She is absolutely spectacular, and I just have no notes other than brilliance.
All right. Michigan with a couple falls on the beam, counting on their 5th year. Carly Bauman with a 9.975 career high and season high. By the way, Brooklyn 9.975. So Brooklyn ties her career high.
This is an important moment for Carly Bauman as well, as she had a fall herself last week on her series, which is very uncharacteristic for her, but this is a great confidence building moment. Right there, that's what she had trouble with, but not this week. Well done. Gorgeous work through those 3 jumps connected. Beautiful side summy. Skill normally executed with tucked legs. Carly does so with straight legs, just so elegant.
First team all Big Tenor a year ago.
Just the dismount here at Gaynor Pike. Let's see if she can find that landing. Oh, just that step forward. She was on her toes, trying to hold on to it, and wasn't able to maintain perfect control. So we will not see a repeat of that 9.975, but certainly a good score. Great control on the series there, and the dismount. Gaynor Pike gets excellent height, and just that step forward. She couldn't quite hang on to it, but good work for Carly Bauman.
Olivia Karras, I thought she had it.
I did too. But it's gymnastics. Anything can happen.
With a 10 on the floor, Jordan Chiles ready to rock the Chrysler Center for the UCLA Bruins.
Get your phones out, folks, because this is a fun routine. For Jordan, double layout. Beautiful job with a little shrug. That's all. Jumps. As you see, BJ Dawes in the background in the floral pants, the magician behind these UCLA floor routines.
You said it, get your phones out. There are so many phones out watching Miss Chiles.
Jordan, her combination, front through to a double tuck. Well done, as good as I've seen her do it. That girl brings that routine and that energy. Well done.
I got chills. Soak it in.
There's that final piece of gymnastics in the routine. The front through to a double tuck. Knew exactly where she was. And I told you, phones were out. The fans were loving it. These Chrysler fans just love good gymnastics.
That was wonderful. 9.975 for Jordan Chiles. Exhibition for Michigan. Peyton Davis on the beams. Big opportunity for her.
Bev Plotke had a lot of positive things to say about Peyton. Said she's working her way up in confidence. As you see that first tumbling run there, back handspring layout step out. Super sure of where she was there on the side aerial.
Fate Day 2023 Region 7 beam champion. I think Megan McIntosh, the amazing SIT for Michigan, and Liza David, who is under the weather, long-time SID at UCLA.
Beautiful Sisson to switch half. This is a great showing for Peyton Davis so far. Back handspring gainer full. And oh, just needed to be more patient on the landing. Did have to move the left foot, but if I'm the Michigan coaching staff seeing that performance, that is definitely important to know you can have an athlete like Peyton Davis step up and deliver a great beam routine when they need it.
So UCLA will also have an exhibition on the floor. Caitlin Rosen. As you see, UCLA's score is in on the floor at 148.125. Our team absolutely killed it with Vore and Chiles, both with 9.975s.
Opening pass for Caitlin. Double tuck. Great job. Little bit of chest down there, which resulted in the step forward. While it was controlled, it was forward instead of backward. But it's so great to see her back out on the competition floor. Second pass, double pike. That's the landing we want. Beautiful work keeping the front foot planted. Good job on her jumps. A little wobbly in the wolf full position, but did well maintaining her composure. Final pass for Caitlin to round out this routine. A 1.5 to a front layout. Beautiful job for this athlete who's just putting the work in to make it back out on the competition floor. It's so great to see her get that opportunity and deliver.
So the #1 team in the nation on the floor, the UCLA Bruins, with a 148-125. Couple falls on the beam for Michigan. So through 3 rotations, the lead belongs to UCLA. Back to the Chrysler Center in a moment.